Hi, Bob Meads again, CEO and founder of iQagent. And today I want to show you a new feature we have we're really excited about. It's called iQagent Notifications. Basically, you can get notified if one of your process values goes to a certain state. This would work over OPC UA, DA, or ODBC connections. This video is going to show you how to set this up with iQagent, and you can get an app notification on your iPhone or your RealWare HMT1, as well as an email notification. So let's get started. The new notification functionality allows us to notify operators and other plant floor professionals about certain process states that they need to react to. So here we have a notification that we have a web break on the line 4 unwinder. Then the operator can tap this, get relevant process data, and also procedures that they can use to address the situation. We'll also set it up so you can get an email when you get a notification with a link which you can tap, which will launch iQagent to your notifications page. Notifications are also available for RealWare. Select item 2. So the steps for setting up iQagent notifications, first we're going to go to our iQagent server. It's a 2012 Windows server, and we're going to set up the SMTP service. Then we're going to configure our SMTP settings using IIS 6.0. Then we'll go over to the iQagent configuration tool, create a notification group, and set up the email settings so they can talk to our SMTP server. Then we're going to add some users to notification groups so we can select who gets notified. And then we're going to create notifications on actual process values. We're going to look at a Boolean web break, and we're also going to look at an unwind diameter to notify us when it falls below a certain level. And then we're going to test it on our RealWare 1 and our iPhone. To set up email notifications, we're going to open the server manager. Next, we'll go to the local server and then choose Add Roles and Features. On the Features menu, we'll check the SMTP services, and it will automatically install the management tools, namely IIS 6, that we need to manage email from this server. And then we'll just click Install. Once installation is complete, then we'll go to Tools and IIS 6.0 Manager. We'll expand the website and find the SMTP virtual server. This is what will host our email. I'll highlight the virtual server and go to Properties. We will set the IP address to our local IP address. On the connection control, we'll choose only the list below and add our local IP address. This ensures that only this computer can send emails from this server. And click OK. And then on relay restrictions, we'll just add the same IP. On the authentication tab, we'll choose anonymous access and also integrated Windows authentication and just choose OK. Then we'll click apply. Now we'll go into the iQagent configuration tool and set up some notifications. First, I'll go to the admin screen, and we have to set up at least one notification group. So I'll click add group and just give it a name. We'll also need to set up our notification email settings. So here I'm just going to enter the IP address, and the port by default is port 25, or you can change this. And then just add username and password to access the server. Just depends on the security settings. And then enter the sender email address. This will be the email address that these notifications are coming from. It doesn't have to be a real email address, it just has to be in a valid format. And then we'll just click Save Settings. Now we need to assign some people to this group. I'll go to Devices, and I'll add my iPhone. And in iQagent, I see my token at the bottom, and I'm just going to enter that. And then I'll add myself to Production Engineers group, and I'll enter my email address and just click Add. Next, on my iPhone, I have to enable notifications. So we'll go to Settings, iQagent, and enable notifications. Now let's configure a couple of live data points to send us notifications. I'll go back to Dashboard, and here I've got a group called Production Line 4, and then we have a point of interest called Unwinder. So let's add some data points to this. I'll just use OPC. And in my production group, I have some tags set up. I've got an unwind diameter and a web break. So on the unwind diameter, I will enable notifications. I want to get a notification if the unwind diameter is less than 45, and notify the users and production engineers. And here's the message they'll see. So I'll enter a message and just click update. And then on the web break, we want to get an enable if we do have a web break. So we could just say when it equals 1 and notify people in the same group. And then just click update data. So the whole point of notifications is to notify someone of something that needs to be addressed in the process. So we've got our unwind diameter being too small, so maybe that means that we've got to go change out the roll core. If we have a web break, then maybe they need to go rethread the machine. So when these notifications come up, we want to tap on them, and the point of interest is going to show on whatever mobile device that you're on. So we want to put that information on the info view of this POI. So I'll just add our form. And we do have a paper roll change procedure here that walks someone through changing a paper roll, which is what they're going to need to do when the unwind diameter gets too small. And we can just pre-populate the field with the serial number of this unit and click add info. And I'll just add a file that will tell the operator how to address a web break procedure, and just click add. So now let's go test our notifications. So I've got my iPhone up and I've got Kepware. So I will just write a 1 into my web break. We see we have a notification. And there's our notification. And if I tap it, it's going to pull up my POI. You can see I've also gotten an email. So if I go back and look at my email on my iPhone, there's my email. If I tap this, it also pulls up iQagent, and we can go see the problem. I can flip it over, and there's the appropriate procedures that my operator needs to respond to this notification. We can also test our other notification just by putting a smaller value here. And we get the notification. And there is our unwind diameter too small. We have also enabled notifications on the iQagent for RealWare client. iQagent, notifications, select item 2. Okay, thanks for watching. That's all I have for you today. If